basically simply wanted to make a tarot chat. So I think I was gonna have a chat while I was preparing my dinner, because I've had a few life preparations from life, the universe, a lot. And it's funny because it happens very frequently now, and it feels like something happens every day. I get to learn, and it's so much. I'm very proud of where I am right now in where my path is going, or in my journey, whatever it is it will take me. But the big thing in my healing journey is that I've gone from a victimhood, a victim mentality, to the moment where I am now. So I've gone from that, where I felt everything was happening to me, it was against me. I was working against life, because that's how it felt, because I was in a state where I'm myself, basically. And now I went to the gym, and I've practiced a lot, and I've been tested a lot, and I don't want to say failed a lot, because it's all been a part of it, like it given me practices, people, situations, and see if I want to change my mentality, and haven't been in that position where I've actually could, I guess. I mean, it's my choice. And through different reasons, I am where I am right now. And whenever I receive a challenge where I'm being prepared for what I longed for, it's amazing when it quickly happens, where you quickly go from a state of, oof, okay, why did this happen for me? It's amazing, and that is what I wanted to chat about. So yesterday, I work extra in a store at the moment, and yesterday I had this colleague who I've always had a okay relationship with. He has some issues, and a lot of others colleagues don't like him. But I've always seen, don't listen to that. And yesterday, he called me out on something, and he said that he thought that I had an attitude, and that word is something that has stuck with me. And so it's been very interesting for me to see what it is that need to be held within this, and what it is that I need to see, because he needed me in this moment as much as I needed him. And so it was for both of us, even if but if it's only if we're aware of it, if we're conscious enough that we can learn from it. Otherwise, we are stuck in the cycle, I would say. So it's still in me a little bit, but it's like when you set a boundary towards someone for the first time, and the first time you do it, it has to be so big. It's like that. But I see everything a little bit different now. I see it with a bigger perspective, and before I saw it through only this narrow perspective, which was like a victimhood, that it was their fault. They're doing this to me, but they're not doing it to me. He's given to me to unleash something within me. I mean, just that? Come on. Jesus. Life is beautiful when you see it like that. I mean, it surely is. And today, a totally different experience. I thought I got scammed but I think it actually was just a phone salesman who tried to sell me on a cheaper like phone estimate that I pay through each month with my what is it called in English? Abonnement. Anything. The bill I pay each month on my phone. And the thing with that is that I get to try. The funny thing here, I got to work on my intuition here. Like, how does this person feel like? And I didn't get anything like, oh my God, he's scamming me. But I did get, like, it was sort of like, okay, this is calm, but something else felt weird. It was something else that, like, I got stressed. My pulse got, because he needed to sign it. I need to sign it immediately and stuff like that. So afterwards, I did sign it, and that's when the panic started. And but here's the cool part: I didn't go to my parents like I've always done to try. That was my way of sort of dealing with problems before, like just to have someone to lean on, and like, hey, can you fix this? Sort of was my perspective. But now I was calm. I was like, okay, I called it. I was so calm in my stomach. So that felt really good. And I went with that because that's also practicing my intuition to see, like, what do I need to do now? And my intuition in that phone call with the salesman, I felt like it would have screamed no. So it's very interesting. So I was very calm in these situations. Hold on. Who are you? You're jamming. You're jamming. Hey. And so it's cool. I know I'm rambling now. And I hope I've entertained you if you're still here. But I think it's so cool to experience life like this because I've talked about it before, like with friends, like, see, life is for you, but I haven't really lived it. And now I live it. I get to practice it every day. It feels like every minute of every day, but every day, and especially with something this happens, like I really like practice. So, but then once I signed it, I felt like panic, like I shouldn't have done this, like why? But I really want to, like, why didn't I want to do this? Because afterwards I felt like, okay, he's not like a scam. I didn't get scammed or anything, but it was, he was a salesman and he was good. He was really good. Jesus, some of these people, they're working the charm. And so afterwards, when I read the contract or the order, I see that I need to commit for 2 years. And it just dang on me like that, like, oh, right. But I don't want to be committed because I feel I'm drawn to a different place. So I don't want to be committed to something in Sweden. So just that, I can be committed to something in Sweden. That's what they wanted to see. Okay, I'm gonna make dinner now. Good morning. It's a Tuesday, and in Sweden it looks like this. From my street. So, in the mornings I love to take it slow and just let everything wake up within me. But speaking of coming out low, so like I'm in victim mentality, it is super important for me to grab on to that person, or that, yeah, I think it's like that person within me that immediately when I wake up, goes into something bad and negative, because for years I woke up depressed or with anxious, a lot of anxiety, which meant that it was hard to get out of bed. So if you are in any of that position this morning, I wish you well, and maybe you want to go for a walk with me. So I'm going to prepare my coffee, and then I'm going to take Jamie and I for a walk. And just like, I think I'm going to talk more about this, but the thing about grabbing on to that person or that feeling that feels a lot of low, you feel like gray, maybe you feel a bit like depressed, basically, like life is not worth it to wake up to and even get out. And the thing about like grabbing onto it for me means like grabbing onto it and like stepping out before I've even been swept away by those mind thoughts. So it takes a lot of practice. Yeah. But even if it has grabbed onto you, you can still do the little things, you know, make your bed, maybe sit for a while, look at the windows, and maybe hug yourself. That's what I did a lot, like trying to come back to the present moment. Because I was either in my past or in my worried about the future. That is what it is. So come back to the present moment. Here it is. What a piece of art. And a little bit of dirt. So, I have my coffee. So I'm going to take myself and Jimmy out for a walk. Let's go. Hi. So now I'm back from my walk with Jemmy. I never bring my phone on my morning walks. Never ever. And if that wasn't a life hack, it should be. It's weird that in a way that it should be called out for me. Like in the beginning, like now I love it, but in the beginning I had to like practice even that, to not put on a podcast the first thing in the morning, simply to let myself be with me. What is the like not so fun part about that? But it wasn't fun to be with me, because my thoughts were filled with a lot of negativity, bad things. Life is against me. You get it. Yeah. It feels like that is the theme with this video, like touching on a little bit the little things where I am right now, which is not a living through a victim mentality, and now like going from a victimhood to a more seeing life as everything is either teaching me something or redirecting me. But when it's something that sticks with me, and I want to come back to what I talked about with dinner with you guys, about my coworker who said I had an attitude. So instead of focusing, he had an attitude, and she seeking validation if that is not true from my friends or family, it's so fun and interesting to just be like, why is this stuck in me? because it's not stuck in him, and it's not stuck like I apparently needed that. I needed that word because it's triggered something within me. And this morning it came to me. And I think that is also when, if it doesn't come to you when you sit with it and like, oh my God, it's still there, you can try to let it go, but still be open to receiving whatever it will come. And I think especially when we are asleep and we wake up, we are in a more state of the mind, I guess, hasn't woken up yet. So yeah, this morning I received the core, I guess, because it's about getting to the core of what the trigger actually wants to say. And for me, it had to do with my brother and that having speaking up to yourself and setting a boundary is having an attitude, basically. And now it's gone. Now it's gone. It's not within me anymore. It's like, yeah, life is not against us, but it can certainly feel that way. And I've been there. And I want to talk more about this because I had a friend who asked me, like, okay, well, how do you do that? Because we want to know a lot about the how, and I get that. But the mind is the how, and like trying to fix. But when it comes to something that is a part of us, that a feeling that has been stuck within us, you can't fix away, you can't think away. You need to go to the core of how it got created and then sit with it, because it's emotion, it needs to roll out. So basically you need not so much with your, don't need your mind that much. You need to simply let that part of you, or let that inner child have its tantrum of why it gets annoyed, but you need to do it in a safe space. Is what I do it. And then like this coworker, it's amazing because I also got to practice, because whenever someone made me yell at me or called me out, or I had a fight with anyone, my body started to shake. So my nervous system was really like on top of that, and it made me feel very unsafe. And like on Sunday with this coworker, I felt so safe within my own body. My nervous system was calm. So it's about practicing taking care of my fears, my inner child, and everything that she sort of have, hold on to so much, like this. And just to be like, let her have whatever she wants to go through, and for me to just be like, sit here and be the grown-up, because I want to be the grown-up. I want to be the adult in my life. I don't want to be child. Yeah. So now I'm gonna enjoy my coffee and look at the I was gonna say the beautiful view, but it's not a view. But I'm getting out of here soon. Okay, that was this morning. I hope you will have a good day wherever you are. And if you are in Sweden, I give you an extra hug because it's hard right now. But remember, you are still in winter. The new year doesn't really start until spring, where everything blooms again. Be in hibernation. I am. There's a lot of slow living here, and I encourage you to do the same and listen within. And remember that everything else is fake. Everything is fake. You live you. You live you. You live you. You live your life. You trust you. You listen to you. That's what life is about. You're not here to be understood by everything else. You're here to understand yourself and live through that. And yeah, and if you need to get to a job and you feel like this is triggering when I say, because that is what it was for me. Like I work extra in a store and it's not fulfilling at all, but I've accepted it. And because it's what I do now to go forward. It's what I do now, but it doesn't define me. It doesn't define who I am. But I know it's not fulfilling, so I do other stuff on the side that fulfills me, but it doesn't give me any financial money yet. But I follow my intuition, so I practice yours. Maybe you can practice this morning, like just listen within and maybe separate your mind and your intuition, love and fear. Try to practice those. So I hope you have a good morning, a good day, and I think this was fun to do a little spend a morning with me. Yes. Okay. Bye-bye. One more thing. Cannot stop talking, apparently. Because I just got something that has been a part of my life for so long. If you feel like you feel like, oh well, I need to get to this job, I need to do this, you are still in a victim mentality because you believe that you cannot change your life. You see life as it is and it's bad and it's negative, and you're still in that loop that you need to do this. Just have that in mind when you go through the day, that you are the main character of your life and you can change the situation you're in. I'm just gonna say that you can. Have a good day.